the message for today was you have everything that you need. You have everything that you need. So some years ago, maybe even so long as a decade or more ago, came across an interpretation or translation. We're not doing this. A translation of the 23rd Psalm. And what was so mind blowing to me about that was that it didn't say what we're used to hearing. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. I'm not going to go further than that because it's actually up in the front part. And the interpretation says, the Lord is my shepherd. I have everything that I need. You have everything that you need. I promise you. Like, it's so crazy because this has just been getting repeated for me. I forgot. I think I thought of this yesterday, and this was when before I found out that my water was gonna be off. Fortunately, by the time I found it out, I had just finished taking a nice full everything shower. My son had too. I had washed a load of clothes. We had went sledding, and so I was like, the water pressure a little low, but um, I didn't pay attention to it that much, but I did notice it because the water pressure is really good, and I love the water pressure when I take a shower. But I noticed that it was low, so the water pressure went off in my place. Not the water pressure, the water went off sometime after that, shortly after that, because then I had a little Keurig stream going out of the water faucet, and then nothing. So this morning I get up and I'm like, you know what? We gotta flush the toilet. I bought a bunch of water last night. Um, but flushing money down the toilet is, I mean, essentially that's what is eventually gonna happen to it anyway. But it just didn't feel right. So I'm like, it's a lot of water outside. It's snowing. I can grab some of this snow and I can flush my toilet. So fill up the toilet, and then my son wakes up and he just goes and flushes the toilet in my bathroom for no apparent reason. And as much work as it took to fill it up and effort, it was like that's another crazy story. Bottom line, so I'm out in the streets this morning. The grocery store is closed. I go to the 7-Eleven because I just have to have some microwave popcorn. I'm a huge popcorn lover, like ride or die with popcorn. I've had to pay lots of money with my dental work over some popcorn, but I just eat popcorn like that. So I go to the 7-Eleven, get the popcorn, get some other treats and whatnot. As soon as I go home, there is a microwave bag of popcorn on my counter that somebody had gave me for Christmas. I had everything that I needed. It's another instance that just happened today. And what I really want to tell you, and I want to drive home about you having everything that you need, is those things that you don't want, the haters, the comments that you don't like, the things that seem to be a challenge for you, the people that just straight get on your nerves for what reason, whatever reason, you need them too. That's part of what you need, and that's why you have them. So I think that's the main part. There's two parts. You have everything that you need in the sense that there's nothing that you need that you don't have or you don't have access to. I'll put access to in there. Like if you need an onion, 9 times out of 10, you have enough money and a way, whether it's walking on foot or driving in your car, you have a way to get the onion. So you still have everything that you need. But I mean that in the most literal and the most figurative senses. You have everything that you need. It's just a function of you accessing it, remembering, finding, locating, receiving those things. But you have them. They're there for you. So that's the one part. And the other part is all those things that you don't want, that you feel like you don't need. you have them too, and you do need them. So in my book, let's refer back to that. Do we have access to it? This is one of my older pieces, but I do love it because it does always seem to come back to it. Run and Get Rich. You have everything that you need. What was I talking about in here? Oh, one of the big question that the book is asking is how do you get rich without having the privilege of, you know, whatever those resources that people who are rich have, or having the poverty, the pull of privilege, or the push of poverty. And so, not to get a whole book away, but this is kind of giving the whole book away. The conclusion that I come to is that you don't get rich without those things. You have to have both. And this is why it's called Run and Get Rich, because the action of running is both a pull and push action. You see, I'm doing with my legs, the pull with my hands, but the pull and push action of running. And so people don't, it just doesn't happen. Because I like to think of myself, and I think most of us like to think of ourselves as people who are maybe extremely wealthy, or you're not, in extreme poverty. So you don't have those pulls or pushes to help propel you towards the the richness or the things that you want. But in all actuality, you do, and you have to have them both. You have to have them both. So it's just so much that I want to share with you, pour on you, whatever, but I can't do it, all in one sitting. But I will say that, I like to come up here and act like everything's all good with me, and I'm one of those normal people. My life is everything but typical. It's just not. Um, we don't need to get into it, but it's just not. But I know that I have everything that I need, those things that make my life atypical are still those things that I personally need to get to where I'm going, or to live the life that God has designed for me to live. So just know that those things in your life that you may not think are things that you need, they are things that you need. And if the Lord is your shepherd, you have everything that you need. You have access to everything that you need. You just have to open your eyes, look for it, appreciate it, thank Him for it, sleep on it. Because sometimes you ever woke up, you're like, that's it. That's the answer to my problem. It was there. It was subconscious. It just had to have a chance to come to you. The Spirit had to lead you. Whatever it is. Bottom line, if the Lord is your shepherd, I can't say for other people, but if the Lord is your shepherd, you have everything that you need. So stop fretting yourself because of evildoers, and being envious of workers of iniquity. You don't need to do that. You have everything that you need. Be blessed. Okay, so if you wonder why I'm looking like this and I have my disguise on, it's the whole water thing. It's the whole water thing. When I do not have a fresh shower, I just don't feel right. I don't feel like showing up. So I had what I needed, which was my disguise to come out today. No, I'm not stinking, but I feel like it hasn't even been 24 hours, but it feels like, because I didn't have access. But come to find out, I actually do have access to plenty of water, and the Lord is good. So with that, I found out that I had everything I need. So I don't have to be like this, but in order to get this video done real quick, and I just came on like this, and I'll come back and try to make another one after I get myself all cleaned up. But it'll be about something else. Just know you have everything that you need. Thanks for watching. Keep having fun, and I'll see you in the next video.